Alright guys, it's time to start reviewing geometry. So we're going to start with circles. At the top of your page, write circles review. It's our topic for today to review. Circles review. Also put that in your table of contents. And let's start by reviewing a few definitions that you need to make sure you remember to be successful with circles. First, know that a circle is the set of all points in a plane equidistant from a given point called the center. A radius is a segment with one endpoint at the center and the other endpoint on the circle, so it's half the distance across the circle, half of the diameter. Remember that the diameter is a segment that passes through the center, has both endpoints on the circle, so it's going directly across the circle, and it is twice the length of the radius. Remember that circumference just means the distance around the circle. It's kind of like the perimeter. It's the distance around the circle. And then pi is the ratio of circumference to diameter. It's irrational. We use 3.14 or 22/7 to estimate it. Sometimes they'll tell you in a problem to find it in exact terms of pi, and so we just write the pi symbol there. Okay. So here, which ones do we see are the radii and which ones do we see that are the diameter? I want you to take a second and make a list of each on your own. Hit pause to do that and then hit play when you're ready to check and see if you got those right. So make a list of the radii. Remember that's just plural for radius. And then list of the diameter. And then hit pause, hit play when you're ready to check your answer. All right, so checking our answers, we should see that AP, PB, PC, and PD are the radii. AC is the diameter. We had two up there, AD and AB, that don't pass through the center, so they're not going to be radius or diameter. Those are called chords. Okay. Hit pause and raise your hand if you have questions about that. All right, remember the relationship between radius and diameter. You may want to jot this down if you don't remember it, that the radius times 2 gives us the diameter, and the diameter divided by 2 gives us the radius. You need to understand that relationship to be able to do the next type of questions. And here's just another way of writing that little relationship. D equals 2R, so 2 times the radius gives you the diameter. So if they gave us a problem where they said ST equals 4 1/3, ST looks like it is the diameter, and they wanted us to tell tell SO, that's the radius. So I would have to do 4 1/3 divided by 2. So I'd change this to a mixed, or from a mixed number to an improper fraction, and then I would multiply by the reciprocal. And that would give me 13/6, which would be 2 1/6. So this would be 2 1/6. Okay, so if you were to have a question like that, make sure you understand that the diameter divided by 2 gives you the radius. The radius times 2 gives you the diameter. We can also set up and solve equations using that relationship between the radius and diameter. So we see here on this orange slice that it says 3x minus 1 represents the diameter. So the diameter would be going all the way across the orange slice, and that is 3x minus 1. Now down here they told us that 2.5 is the radius, but I want to know what that would be for the diameter. So I'd multiply it times 2. The diameter would be 5. From there I can write the equation 3x minus 1, the diameter, equals 5, the diameter. And then I just solve it like a 2-step equation. Okay? And I would get x equals 2. That's just a different type of problem. And really with the circle standards, it focuses a lot on the algebra side of this. This is just another one like that. I'm not going to work that because it's very similar, but you would set up and solve an equation. All right, getting to area and circumference. You may want to jot these little formulas down if you cannot remember them. It's been a little while since we've talked about this. Area equals pi r squared, and then C, circumference equals pi times diameter. Okay, remember that radius squared, you could also write that out as A equals pi times radius. That's what radius squared means. It doesn't mean to multiply the radius times 2, multiply it times itself. So here with this pizza, if I were going to find the area and And then the circumference for area, I would say 3.14 times 5 times 5. And then I would just punch that in my calculator. 3.14 times 5 times 5. I know 5 times 5, 5 squared is going to give you 25. So 3.14 times 25, and I get 78.5, and that would be centimeters squared. Remember, area is square units. Circumference, I would do 3.14 times the diameter. If the radius is 5, that means the diameter is 10. I multiply it times 2 to get the diameter. So times 10 here. And that would be 31.4, and it's just centimeters for the circumference. Okay, just a quick review of how to use those formulas. Now, I use 3.14 for pi there, but they might give you a question where it says in exact terms of pi. Do I have one like that? We'll just make this one like that. So let's say that the directions tell you to give the answer in exact terms of pi. So if I were finding the circumference, I would start by writing my circumference formula. Hello. So annoying. And let's try again. There. Alright, so I'd write my circumference formula. And then I would just leave the pi symbol and plug in the diameter as 4. And then we always flip it around so that that little pi symbol comes last. So it would be 4 pi inches. Now, if they had told me to use 3.14 for pi, I would be multiplying the 4 times 3.14. But since we're saying the directions say exact in terms of pi, you just leave the little pi symbol there. Okay. And this is all pretty similar. Let's try one with area in terms of pi. Do this with me in your notes. Area with a radius of 3.2, so I would start by writing my area formula, pi r squared. Now, since they told me in terms of pi, I'm going to just leave the pi symbol. And hello. Struggle. Plus. Okay. And then the radius is 3.2. So I'm going to multiply that times itself. So 3.2 times 3.2, I just punched that in the calculator. Squaring that is 10.24, and then just the pi symbol. Our units here are meters squared. Okay, area is always square units. Okay. The last thing we need to review is the process of converting between the area and the circumference of the circle. So you want to make sure you have a good amount of room to do this. I always have you draw a line down the middle of the page so that we know where are we starting and where are we going. We have been given that the circumference is 20 centimeters. So I'm going to write the circumference formula over here. And we are trying to find the area. So I'm going to write the area formula over here. Now remember, and the directions on digits tell you this, that we round all intermediate values to the nearest thousandth, so it's 3 decimal places. We round the final answer to the nearest whole number. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to plug in 20 for the circumference, 3.14 for pi, and this is going to let me find what the diameter is. I'm going to divide by 3.14. So take your calculator and let's do 20 divided by 3.14. And remember, we're going to round to the thousandth place. So 6.3, hello, 369, gosh, my board. Like, really? That's not any better. Oh, word. Alright, and so if the diameter is 6.369, I know I need the radius to plug into my area formula. I'm going to divide this by 2 to get the radius. So in my calculator, 6.369 divided by 2, and it gives me 3.185. That is what I'm going to come over here now and find the area with. I'm going to use 3.14 for pi times 3.185 times 3.185, radius squared. approximately, I get 31.852, blah, 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 blah. So rounded to the nearest whole number would be 32 centimeters squared. Okay, so our process again, starting with circumference, I find the diameter by dividing by pi. I get the radius by dividing by 2, and then I plug that in the area formula. I've typed up the directions here, so if you need to read all that, you can hit pause. All right, at this point you should be ready to start on the digits assignment. Let me know if you need help.